All right, cool, we're recording. So go over risk management, right? So one of the main things to risk management is you don't want to risk more than 1 to, take the other one off. 1 to 3% of account balance, right? Of your account balance. So example, right? If you have $100 in your account, right? Account balance. You do not use more than 0.01 to 0.03 lot size. So for those that don't know what this is, all this means is that you're not risking more than 3% of your account, right? So you're not risking more than 30 cents per pip, right? 30 cents per pip. 0.01 is 10 cents in the market, right? 0.03 is 30 cents in the market, because for those that don't know this yet, right? Lot size is your investment per point in the market, right? Or pip. We call them pips, right? Pip is what it's called, pip. But, and I'll explain what that is. So for example, if you look at the Harmonic scanner, right? Look at the Harmonic scanner, and you see over here, right? Let me change this up real quick. You follow the red dot on the screen, right? You see over here, there's different prices. There's different prices, right? When you look at those prices, this is how you know if a pip, and this is just for the people, I know a lot of people know this already, but there's a lot of new people on this call, so I want to go over it, right? Look at the values of currencies. They look a little like this, right? Or you'll see, for example, like the euro will be like 0.09, right? Like that. Now, this digit, right? That digit, the big digit, I'll make it another color for y'all too, right? The 4th digit after the decimal point, right? The 4th digit after the decimal point, right? Is what we call the pip, right? After the decimal, right? After decimal point. Now, every time this digit moves in either direction, it's either +1 or -1 pip, -1 point. So whenever you invest, right, whenever you go and you want to place a trade, when you go back to up here, we speak about lot size, right? Your lot size determines how much each movement of this digit, right, is worth. So if this, if I'm in a buy, right, if I'm buying a currency, I'm expecting the value to go up, right? Write that down. I'll put it up here for y'all. If I buy a currency, if we buy currency, we expect, I feel like I'm teaching a college class. We expect the value to go up, right? So if we buy, right? If we sell a currency pair, we expect the value to go down. And this is all going to make sense, obviously, when I break it down to you guys with the scanner. I want you to understand how to do it, because when you use the scanner, it's honestly like easy money, and it's consistent, and it's something that you don't really have to be a match that trading to know how to use to be able to, make income. So if we buy a currency, right, we expect the value to go up. If we sell a currency, we expect the value to go down. So what that means is, if we're selling, right, and our lot size, let's say, for example, for this example, let's say we use a I'll say a 0.10, right, which is $1 per point or pip, right? So every time this digit right here goes up, right, because we bought, so we want the value, right? We bought, and every time this number goes up, all right, let's say it goes to 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then 7, right? So let's say it started at 2, and then it went up 5. Now it's at 7, right? So if you put an investment of a 0.10 lot size, which is $1 per pip, and it went up 5 pips, right? How much would we have made? $5, right? Each point is worth $1. It went up 5 points, made $5, right? And so forth and so forth. So we did $10 per pip, right? We did a standard lot size, right? And we did, right, that investment, and it went up 5 points. It went from 2 to 7, right? Plus 5, that would be $50 profit, right? So that's how that works. That's how lot sizes and things like that work. So you never want to risk. You never want to risk. You never want to risk more than 1 to 3% of your account balance. Reason being, right? If you're over leveraging, what happens is if you're in the red and you have a potential of losing all your money, the broker will close you out of the position before you even get the chance to, just to protect you from losing all your money, right? So that's what we call over leveraging. So in order to not over leverage, you want to stay within those boundaries, right? And obviously, as you get more advanced, right, you can take bigger risks, right? But this is like the basics. And of course, if you have $100 and you're using 0.01, right, you're not going to make crazy profits, but you want to get comfortable with using the MetaTrader 4 app. You want to get comfortable with using the scanner. So let's say, for instance, you use the 0.01, which is 10 cents, right? But you make, $10, right? That's 100 pips. So 100 pips to you, right now it may look like $10, but in 6 months or even a few weeks, depending on, how you learn, once you understand that risk, that same $10, can now go ahead and be $100, $1,000, $10,000, just off of you changing your lot size. Because the thing is, I took the same trade today as a lot of people. Only difference between us two is that we use different investment sizes, right? Different investment sizes. So it doesn't matter how much your profit is. Worry about the pips, right? Don't focus on the money. Don't focus on the dollar sign. Focus on how many pips you're catching. Because right now, for those that just got started, your $5 of profit in 6 months, maybe 500, 5,000, right? Because all that's going to change is your lot size, your investment size. But 50 pips is 50 pips. 500 pips is 500 pips, right? And every day, the market is moving. Every day, there's an opportunity to make money in the market. And if you look at the scanner, right, every single day, there's a bunch of different setups, bunch of different trades here for you to take, all right? So I'm going to go into that now. Let me show you something real quick. So if you have the MetaTrader 4 app downloaded already, drop a number 1 in the chat. Drop a number 1 in the chat if you have the MetaTrader 4 app downloaded already on your phone. Perfect. All right, cool. So I want to show y'all a little something real quick. Bring up a screenshot of the MetaTrader app. All right, cool. So if we look at, for example, right, and I'm going to go into the scanner now. If we look at this screenshot right here, right? This screenshot is of the MetaTrader 4 app. So for those of y'all that already have taken a trade or just downloaded it, what I want you to do is if you've never used the MetaTrader 4 app, I want you to open it up right now. I'm going to walk you through it in 10 seconds, right? Open up the MetaTrader 4 app. Right, and this is mainly for my new people that don't have a demo account, practice account yet. So if you've never used the MetaTrader 4 app before, follow what I'm going to tell you right now. All right, because I want you guys to take a trade with me from the scanner. All right, so open MetaTrader 4. Bottom right corner, click on settings. Bottom right corner, click on settings. When you click on settings at the top, you're going to see a little box that says new account. Right, new account. Click on new account. When you click on new account, it's going to give you 2 options. It's going to say log into existing account or open a demo account. Click on the one that says open a demo account. When you click on open a demo account, there should be one option there. It should say MetaQuotes demo. It should say MetaQuotes demo. All right. Click on that. Fill out a little bit of information that it asks you for. Right? Make sure it says $100,000 or make sure it just says something USD. Just make sure there's practice money in there. All right? And then click done. And then it should bring you back to the page where you see all of the currencies and the numbers. All right? Once you've done that, drop a number 1 in the chat. So I know you followed along with me. Once you've done that, drop a number 1 in the chat. So for the people that already have a demo account, right, or already have placed a trade before, Let me see if everybody doing this. Perfect. Yep, drop a number one in the chat once you've made that practice demo account for me, please, so I can make sure that y'all following along with me. Perfect. All right, cool. So what I want y'all to do right now is I want y'all to, the first currency that you see, right? It should be AUD USD. It should be AUD USD. If it's not, don't worry about it. Whatever the first currency is at the top, hold that down. It should give you an option to trade. It should come up and it should be a red words that says trade. All right? Click on that. Now, let me walk you through this. There's gonna be 3 different sections. If you look on my screen, right? If you look at what I'm showing you, it should look just like this, right? It may not say buy market. It should say, it probably just says buy and sell. That's okay. But there's always gonna be 3 components, right? At the top, you have your lot size, right? You see where it says 0.01, follow the red dot, 0.01. If you tap on that, right, you can delete that and put your own number in there, right? You can put 100 points, you can put 1,000, put whatever you want, 0.02, whatever it is, right? For now, I want you guys to leave it at 0.01. And you have your stop loss. It says not set, right? And when you click on it, it'll automatically put a number in there. Always delete that number, right? Always delete that number. You have take profit, and then you have your 2 options, to sell or buy by market. But here's another component. Up top where it says market execution, right? Where it says market execution. If you click on that, right, it should give you a drop-down menu that says buy limit, buy stop, sell stop, right? If you click on that, you should see that drop-down menu. Market execution just means that once you click sell or once you click buy, it's gonna enter you into the trade right now, right? The second you click it, it's gonna put you into that trade right now, right? But when you click on market execution and it shows you all those different options, right? Those are what we call pending orders. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna send a little picture in the Telegram chat for all y'all to save, all right? For everybody to save. I'm gonna show you what this means. I just sent in the BPO Worldwide chat. So save that to your phone, right? It should say buy stop, buy limit, sell stop, sell limit, all right? So save that to your phone. Now, if you see, for example, right, you see my screen where it says stop loss and take profit. I want to show you guys how to actually take the Harmonic scanner, right, and use that information. So if I'm looking at the Harmonic scanner, first thing I'm doing every day is what? First thing I'm doing every day is waking up in the morning and I'm checking what's on the scanner. So right now it's a little late, so there's not a lot of, there's nothing really going on. Let me check if there's anything here. Probably not. I'll put the daily. Let's see if there's anything here. Nope, nothing there. 1 second. All right, this is good. So if we look at this trade here, I'm using a 4-hour just because it hasn't taken place yet. So I want y'all to see what it looks like. I want y'all to take this trade with me, all right? So if you're on the MetaTrader 4 app, put it to the side for now. Just watch this. So simple, take this down as a note. On the Harmonic scanner, you're gonna see 3 different things. You're gonna see where it says entry, right? Which is right here, right? You're gonna see entry. You're gonna see stop. You're gonna see TP1, and then TP2, TP3, all right? So stop, when you look at, close this out. When you look at your MetaTrader app, right, stop is the number that you're gonna use for where it says what? Stop loss, right? It gives you a number here, right, to use to enter into where it says stop loss, right? It gives you a number on the scanner where it says stop. So you literally copy and paste that number. So now, a lot of people ask, how do I know if it's telling me to buy or sell this currency? So your currency pair is gonna be whatever's highlighted on the right or whatever's on top, right? Whatever's on top. Up here, it should say the currency right there. So but this one is the Euro and the Great British Pound. You can also find it out here, all right? So simple. Whenever you see, right, whenever you see the take profits above the entry, like they are here, right? You have the entry here. You have the entry here, right? And the take profits are above it. So write this down. Hold on 1 second. Write this down. Whenever entry, take profit is above entry, this is telling you to buy, right? Whenever take profit is below entry, this is telling you to sell. Now, that's just the general basis of it, right? But there's different types of buys and sells. Remember I told you, buy limit, sell stop, buy stop, right? So how this takes effect is simple. When you look at the harmonic scanner, sometimes if you zoom in, right? If you zoom in, and you look at the entry. For this example, right, obviously, the entry was hit. If you look right here, this red line hit the green line, right? It went through the green line, so it entered the trade, right? But if you look at a trade, for example, I'll show you the one on the PowerPoint. Look at a trade like this, where it may have not hit the green line yet, right? It may have not hit the green line yet, right? This is when you want to use your pending orders. So a lot of people, they say, oh, like I got work or whatever the case is. It really doesn't matter, because what you can do is in the morning when you check your trades, right now there's not a lot of trade setups because it's 10 o'clock at night. But, okay, it's a perfect example right here. If I look at up here, right? If I look up here, right there. Let me zoom out a little bit, my foot up. If I look at this trade right here, all right, if you can see, right, nothing has hit this green line yet. Nothing has hit this green line yet. So what direction does it have to go in order to hit the green line? It has to go where? It has to go up, right? So if we look back at the picture I sent in the chat, and now we zoom out of this a little bit, right? In the notes, hold on one second. All right, hold on, my bad, y'all. All right, here we go. So it hasn't hit the green line yet. In order for it to hit the green line, which direction does it have to go from where it currently is? It has to go where? It has to go up, right? So what did I mention before in the notes? Excuse me. Yeah, what I mentioned before in the notes. Whenever the take profits are below entry, this is telling you to sell, right? But hasn't hit the entry yet, right? And it's telling us that we need to eventually sell when it hits the green line because the take profits are here. But you don't want to stay on your phone all day, right, waiting for it to hit the green line. So what you do is you place a pending order. So if you look at the Telegram chat, right, and you look at the picture that I just sent you, right, which one of those does that look like? It needs to still go up to hit the green line, and then when it hits the green line, it's saying it's going to go down. So drop it in the chat. Which one of those do you think it is? Which one of those orders do you think we'll be using right now? Drop it in the chat. Buy stop, buy limit, sell stop, or sell limit. Which one of those do you think we're going to use? It's telling me that it still has to go up, and then when it goes up and hits the entry, it's going to go down. Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Bria, perfect. Sell limit, perfect. What if it never hits the green line? Does the pending order still execute? No, so good question. The pending order won't execute, but it's okay because you can just delete it, all right? But that's better than waiting all day, right? And I'm gonna teach you a little something that I do that helps me because a lot of times it'll come really close, and this happens all the time. This is part of trading. It'll come close and it won't activate, right? It won't get there. So yes, correct, sell limit, all right? So the sell limit, you would literally go on your MetaTrader app, right? Let's place this together, but before we do that, here's how it works. So it needs to go up and then go down, right? If you're gonna be doing harmonic scanner trades as a beginner, I would recommend always using take profit 1. Always use take profit 1, right? So in this example, take profit 1 is a decent amount of pips, almost 300 pips. So let's take this trade together, all right, on a demo account. So What is the currency? Go to your MetaTrader 4 app. Everybody, demo account. Not a real trade. Not a real trade. Make sure this is your demo account. Do not take this trade live. Do not take this trade live. It's a demo trade right now. All right. You're gonna go to your MetaTrader 4 app. You're gonna click on the bottom left corner. It should say quotes. Right? It should say quotes. When you click on your quotes page, what currency are we trading right here? It's GBP AUD. See if you see that on your main page. If you don't see that on your main page, what you have to do is, if you look up to the top right corner, click that, right? Click the plus sign, and then scroll up, and then you see a search bar. When you see that search bar, right, you're gonna search in the currency that you're looking for. So for example, we're looking for GBP AUD. GBP AUD, all right? Now, it should show up, and then you could click the plus sign, right? You can click the little green plus sign, and then when you go back to your quotes page, you should see it at the very bottom, all right? If you have GBP AUD now, drop a number 1 in the chat. If you have GBP AUD now, drop a number 1 in the chat. If you don't have it, just let me know, but everybody should have it. You have GBP AUD. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. If you don't have it, just click, just go to AUD USD. AUD USD. It should be on your main page. It should be at the top. You don't have it. All right? So now, everybody should have that. What you want to do now is you want to look at what it tells us. Obviously, we determine it's going to be a what? A sell limit, because it still has to go up, right? From where it currently is, it needs to go up, and then it needs to come down. We determine what? That's a sell limit, right? So now what we need to do is we need to place this pending order, right? A pending order is not going to put you in a trade right now. It has to wait until it gets to that green line, and then it'll put you into a sell, all right? So sell limit. Hold down GBP AUD if you have it. If you don't have it, just click on AUD USD. You should. Everybody has AUD USD. Hold it down, click trade. All right, hold it down, click trade. When you click on trade, it should look just like this. It should look just like this. All right, what you're gonna do now is you're gonna click up top where it says instant execution or market execution, right? Whatever it says, click on it. Now you should see an option, a drop down menu of buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop. All right, you're gonna click on what? What are we doing right now? Sell limit. Click on that. It's gonna look a little different than my screen because it's not gonna say stop loss and take profit. It's gonna say price, stop loss, and take profit. So now it's gonna be a price because they need to know where do you want them to enter the sell, right? What price do you want them to enter it at? And the Harmonic scanner tells you that. So now it should say price, stop loss, and take profit. So what you're gonna do is entry is the price. Entry is the price. And all you gotta do is copy and paste that number. So if you have GBP AUD, just put 2.05666. 2.05666. That's your entry price. So when the value of the currencies get to that green line, that means it got to the value of 2.0566. Right? Then for the take profit, right? For the take profit, you're gonna put the first one. The first one, if you see my screen, says what? Says what? 2.02588. That's your first take profit, right? That's what you're gonna use. Put that number in where it says take profit. And then stop loss, right, is where it says stop at 2.08929. 2.08929. All right? Put that in. And then click place. For those that didn't have GBP AUD, don't worry about it. Just walk you through how to do it. All right? Just walk you through how to do it. It's the same exact concept. All right? Obviously, there's different orders. For this one was a sell limit, but there's other ones, for example, that may be, right? You look at, that's the same thing. Let's see. For this one, right? This one didn't hit the green line, but if you would have placed the order, it would have been a buy limit, right? Because it needs to come down, hit the green line, and then go up. So another thing you could do is, let's say, for instance, you look at a trade like this, right? Where it already hit the green line. you can enter that trade, but only if it's still in that area. If it's already done like this, right? If you already see it, it's already done a whole move, or for example, you look at like this, right? We'll find one that's already been done. All right, so for example, like this, where it's already did the whole entire move, right? It said that it was gonna, from here, it was gonna shoot up in value, take profit one. A second. So if it doesn't hit the green line and doesn't execute the trade, it cancels by, so it won't cancel by itself, right? After you place a pending order, it'll be at the bottom of your screen on your trade page. You can hold it down, and instead of it saying trade, it'll say delete, right? And you can delete it. All right, you got to delete it manually though. All right, so if it does what it says it's supposed to do, right? Take profit one, take profit two, take profit three. If it hits through 1, 2, 3, whatever, even if it just hits through 1, it's done. It already made its move, right? Because I've seen some people try and, you know, enter again when it's back down here, and then it goes, you know, back down. The trade already won, right? The trade already won. So, you know, there's always going to be another setup. So don't chase the market. Don't try and get in a trade just because you think it's an opportunity and you feed it to make money, right? There's always going to be a brand new opportunity to make money in the market. So that's why I say wake up in the morning or whatever time you're up, check the Harmonic scanner, see what setups are on the scanner, all right? See if you want to get into them. So that's that. That's the Harmonic scanner. And that's how you use it. So like I said, if you, let's say you wake up in the morning and you don't need to place a pending order, for instance, like this, right? Zoom in, right? We already hit the green line and it still hasn't made a move up, right? It still hasn't made a move to the take profit, right? It still has space to go. Still lingering around the entry zone, all right? So you can still enter this trade. If it hit the entry, it's already activated. So you don't want to place another pending order when it's already hit the entry point that it said it was going to go up front. So you can just go in and do what it, where it says instant execution or market execution and just do a buy or sell, right? And how do you know if it's a buy or a sell? Obvious, right? If the entry point is here, take profits or above, it's telling you that the value is going to go up. That's a buy, right? And vice versa, it'll be a sell, all right? That's that. Can we get trades from all the brokers or only brokers we use? So I mentioned it a little earlier, right? The brokers that are on here, you can take trades from any one of them, just use the 1 hour. But be careful because sometimes, right, the spreads are different and the prices are a little bit different. So, you know, whatever's the entry on, you know, GBE or Hugo's Way, it might be slightly different on, you know, another broker because of the spreads or the price difference. All right, and it's usually only a few points. It's not too big. So like, for example, if you see the entry says 2.0565, it might be, you know, 2.0585 on another broker, right? It's still in the same area, just slightly different. So, you know, pay attention to that. You could always just check by looking at the current price, right, where it currently is, and then check this broker and then check your broker, see what the current price is, see if it's the same. If it's slightly different, then just count how many points different it is, and then put that calculation into the entry point. But very simply put, you can use any of these trade setups because you'll see even some of them have the same ones. They're all doing the same thing. They're never going to be like one is saying that it's a sell and one is saying that it's a buy if they're on the same time frame, right? Any questions at all about any of that stuff that I just went over? Anything confusing? Ask now or forever hold your peace. Or you can ask later in the chat. But I would prefer if you ask now so I can make sure that I answer it for you, all right? So if you have any questions, ask in the chat. But when we go back to risk management, things like that. All right, let me get back to this document. See what questions we got. Any questions, drop them now, drop them now. So in general, when should you get up and look at charts? It depends what session you trade and what currency you're looking to trade. But I like to go right before New York session or right when New York session starts or right before it. So like 7:30 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, right? Early times in the session, 9, 10, 11, like those times, always check because trades are usually setting up at that time or just hitting entry, right? And then for London session, you have 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. You can check. But you can check sporadically throughout the day too because there'll be setups on there. Just have to use the ones that haven't been used yet or haven't made a move yet. Is it possible to risk over 3% of the account? Yeah, so I mentioned that a little earlier too. Once you start to understand what you're doing a little more, then you can make that decision where you want to risk more. But I'm not going to tell you to risk 10%, 20%, 30% because, you know, that's what I do. But I understand my risk. I understand how much is in my account. I understand what I'm doing as well. So it's a little different when you just kind of just like pressing buttons and just learning. So I would say when you start with, you know, that 1 to 3% rule. And obviously it changes how much is in your account, right? So if you have $1,000 in your account, you can use a 0.10, you can use a 0.30. What time is the New York and London session overlap? From 8 a.m. to, from 8 a.m. to 12, if I'm not mistaken, correct. If I'm mistaken, correct me in the chat. How long is a long time to wait for a trade to hit? I mean, honestly, if it's lingering around the entry, just be patient. But usually it'll make a move. It's either going to hit the stop loss or head down into the negatives or move up in the positive. It's never really just going to consolidate for weeks and days sideways. You know, the way these patterns work, they're very, very high percentage. So they'll make a move. They'll either go down or go up. So really just what do I put when I want to buy limit or buy stop? It depends, bro. It depends on what it's showing you. So if you look at the picture I sent in the Telegram chat, right? Sometimes you don't even need to place a pending order if it hit the entry already, right? And buy limits and buy stops are two different things as well. So it depends on what's going on, right? If we look at, hold on, I got a few questions in here. Let me go back. When people trade on TradingView, how do you know which line a trade is supposed to hit? Is it possible to trade buy limit, buy stop? Well, all right, cool. My fault, y'all. When people trade on TradingView, how do you know which line is supposed to hit? Well, people set their entries differently. So if you look at the Harmonic scanner, right, this is TradingView. It's the same as that, like it's literally, you see down here, it says TradingView. Same thing, it gives you the entry. But when people are doing their own charts and analyzing their own charts, they choose where they want to get in and they make that decision themselves. You'll learn that in the academy, you'll learn that in the GOLIVEs and stuff like that. But that's why the Harmonic scanner is so useful, because it gives you entries. So it's giving you the line where you want it to hit, right? How do I set take profit 2? Do you have to wait till it's close to take profit 1? No. So you're either going to use take profit 1, take profit 2, or take profit 3. For beginners, use take profit 1, which you can also do. Write this down. You can also place 2 positions. So let's say, for example, right? Let's say you want to invest 0.10, right? You want to invest 0.10 on a trade. If you want to do 2 take profits, you can't place 2 take profits on the same position, right? So you saw when you placed the trade earlier with me, it only said take profit. It didn't say take profit 1, take profit 2, right? So something smart to do would be, if you want to look at the potential of possibly making that, hitting that second take profit, you need to, right, split these 2 trades in half. Split this trade in 2. So instead of placing 1 trade at 0.10, right, you can instead place 2 trades at 0.05. 0.05 and 0.05, which equals, right, still 0.10. Only difference is you might do position 1, right, trade 1 at TP1, and then you do trade 2 at TP2. So you can put each trade with a different take profit. Or you can place 1, right, trade 2, and leave it open, right? You can just leave it open and trail it with a trailing stop loss. So how this works, right? How this works, it's simple. Trailing stop losses. I'm gonna show you what this is, all right? So if we look at, I'm gonna just go to TradingView for this. 1 second. Bear with me for a second, y'all. I want to teach y'all something. So if you ever hold down on your trade, right, and write this down. If I hold down an open trade, if I hold it, right, it should give me a list. It should say modify, close, right? You can always click on modify and adjust your take profits, your stop losses, and things like that. So I want to show you what this looks like, what a trailing stop loss is. Basically, I'm going to put it this way, right? If you're winning in a trade, you should never lose. If you're winning in a trade, you should never lose a trade. So once you're in profit a certain amount, it should never finish in the red. It should never finish in the red. Because what you can do is, right, if we look at, okay, for example, right, if I get into a sell up here, right? I get into a sell up here, where this blue line is, right? I get into a sell, and the value goes down, right? I'm in profit, right? I'm in profit. And now, what happens is, sometimes people forget, right? Let's say you place a stop loss, right? Or the harmonic scanner gives you a stop loss, and the stop loss is here, right? Say that stop loss is up here. This is negative. So this zone right here, this is all negative. Negative. No money. Not making no money in that zone. So if it goes this way, right? This zone right here is negative, no money. Everything here, positive, right? Positive money. All right. So positive money. All right. So anything down under this blue line is positive. Anything on the top of it, right, is no money. All right. So what I want to do is, once I'm in profit, like right now, where's the price currently at? It's right here, right? It's right here. Show you a little box. Price is currently right here, right? So this is where you're currently at. Right now, you're in profit. Why would you ever, right, want to allow this trade to go back up here into the negatives? Your stop loss, this is your stop loss, right? But you're already in profit. So now what you want to do is, you want to make this what we call a risk-free trade, which means now there's no way that you can lose money. It's a risk-free trade. And how you do that? On your MetaTrader 4 app, when you click modify, right, it's going to say take profit and stop loss. And now you can tweak your take profit and stop loss. So what I want to do is, right, if I look to the right, my price is right here. You see the red line? My price is there at the end of that red line. So that's where my stop loss is at. But that's in the negatives. I don't want this trade to even have the opportunity to go negative. So what I would do is I would modify my stop loss, and I would move my stop loss into profit, right? Even if I bring it to where I got in, so that at worst case scenario, I don't make any money, I don't lose any money, right? But if you're 50 pips in profit, or for example, let's see how much this is from entry to where it currently is, right? 100 pips in profit, right? You're 100 pips in profit. So I'll move it to, let's say, 50 pips in profit, right? So now, worst case scenario is that it comes back up, it hits my stop profit, because now it's not a stop loss, it's not stopping me from losing, it's just stopping my profit. That's it. So I know I can go to sleep like a baby, because at the worst case scenario, I just make $50. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario is, let's say it keeps going down, right? It keeps going down. And then as it keeps going down, you can keep modifying, adjusting, moving it with it. So now you're just securing your bag. That's it, right? So the harmonic scanner is going to give you, right? It's going to give you a stop loss, right? It's going to give you a stop loss. It's going to give you all of that stuff, right? It's going to give you all those points. But now you just have to, when you're in profit, just modify it, move it. Because if not, then you leaving the potential of that trade reversing and you losing money, right? You're much better, like, profit is profit, right? It doesn't matter if it's $1, it's better than losing money. $1, 40 cents, it doesn't matter, right? And no money is better than losing money, right? So if you break even, which means if I move it to a little past entry, if it comes all the way back, I don't make that much money, I don't lose no money at all, right? Which is much better than losing. So these are like the little tips and tricks that you can use. And obviously, you know what I mean, it takes practice. That's why we start with your demo. Let me see. I'll show you how to modify. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna join on my phone and show you after my phone. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. So hold on. Somebody just got kicked off the call. Yeah. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, so you should be able to see my phone. All right, cool. Home screen should always look like this. Home screen should look like no Snapchat, right? Just straight money making apps. Little advice for everybody. Make sure your home screen got all the apps you need to make money. All right, so we go to MetaTrader, right? Click on a pair. I'm gonna just place a random trade. Just comment error nonsense. My fault, yeah. Okay. I don't got $1 in my demo account. Let me just make a new demo account in a second. My fault, y'all. Give me 1 second. Doesn't look better. All right, I don't know why this is not working. It's saying I don't got enough money, but I just put money in there. It's still saying 0. 1 second. Try it on my computer. Modify. Get it for y'all right now. All right, so I'm gonna just show you our YouTube video because I can't even do it on my phone. But
I'm Zachary Hogan at Start Trading.
Very simple. So if you can see my screen, what you should be able to see is what it would look like. When you're in a position open like this, right? This is Android, but it's the same concept. When you hold it down, hold the trade down, like literally, right? Hold that down. Where it says the trade, you literally put your finger on the screen, hold it down, and what's gonna come up is something like that. Obviously on an iPhone, it's gonna look a little different, but it's gonna say the same exact thing. Close, modify, chart. You're gonna click on modify, and then it's gonna show up, right? It's gonna show up like this. That looks terrible. It's gonna show up just like this. It's gonna say stop loss, take profit, and then you can click on it, and then you can change the numbers in there, and then you click modify, and then you can modify it. That's really it. I don't know why it wasn't letting me do it on the demo, but that's fine. Last thing I'm gonna go over before I end this call is I'm just gonna show y'all really who y'all should be tuning into for the live sessions. All right. So let me show you what this looks like. Take these names down. Let this load up. Check it out. Here we go. But I don't know why this not logging in, but I'm gonna give you the names in the chat. All right. So the people that I recommend, the person that got you on this call, obviously you can tell you how to get on the Go Live. But I recommend these people because not only are they very basic, very simple, but they do trade live, so you can trade with them and make money with them on their live sessions. And for those that don't know, there's something called the Trade-a-thon going on right now. And that's going on, I believe, until April 4th. And I'll send that flyer in the chats again, so save it to your phone. But I'm gonna drop some in there. Yep, we already have Lee Allen. Yep, Lee Allen. Write these names down. You want to see what people you want to be tuning into. Lee Allen, Kathy Kirkland, Oz, Kuzman, my fault. Kim Torres, Abel Melendez, and Chris Derrick. There's a lot more other people, but these are my, for beginners and people that are just like under 6 months in, should be tuning into these people, mainly because, you know, you got people like Abel who really just go over basics, basic stuff, and then he gets into the more advanced stuff, but it's still like on the basic side of trading. Chris Derrick, same thing. He uses the Harmonic scanner sometimes too. Kim Torres, really, really good trader. Now it wants to work, so I'll just show you. So when you go log in on the bottom left, you're gonna click on where it says Go Live. There's also an app for this. It's called GOLIVE IM. All right, and there's also an app for the Academy and everything too. Just download IM Academy on the App Store. Click on Go Live. You scroll down. It's most of these people. So pretty much everybody I mentioned is on here, except for Boz. So we click on FRX, and if you ever want to learn about any specific, you know, for like example, Harmonic scanner. Let me write this name down too. Manny Quinones. All right, Manny. All right, click on any of those things and you'll see there's a schedule for all of these people, right? Chris Derrick's on here, tells you what time, tells you what days they're on, right? And you can literally, on the left, you'll always see whoever's live right now. So whenever you go live, and one thing I always see people say, oh, when's the next trading call? When is there a trading call? There's trading calls all day long. Like literally right now, there's 3 going on right now. So you can literally come over here, click, and it shows you the live session right now. All right, on the right, you can ask questions. I know this looks crazy. That looks like, but this is like more advanced stuff, right? This is more advanced stuff, but you'll get there. So make sure that, you know, you do what you have to do as far as Academy and things like that, so that you can understand this stuff, because it's really not that hard, but there's just different levels, all right? So when you go back to the main page, you click on FRX, right? It will give you all of the educators' names, days, and times, right? Like I mentioned earlier, you have Abel Melendez. You know, all the people I mentioned, you can check out what days, what times are on Boz, right? Kathy, all these people. And then you also get like updates in the chats. A lot of other people watch these people, so just check the chats. But once you find out what times they're on and what times are best for you, try and make it like, just be consistent with it. Like, I'm getting on this call at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. I'm going to make money with the trader on this call. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because you're going to be able to learn and earn. And like, this is the stuff that you really need to take full advantage of to get your money's worth. Like, you're getting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff. Like, for example, I made $2,000 in 2 hours trading with Lee Allen. And then I made a little bit more trading with Kathy Kirkland, and I literally was just taking their trades. I just woke up, had to wake up on time and get on that call. So you're gonna learn, but also be able to profit with those educators. So like, this is the stuff that you have to use to, you know, see those results that you want. You know what I mean? And with trading, like, I'm letting you guys know this now before I end this call. This is something that it's not gonna happen overnight, but a lot of these things that you have access to can really help you see results a lot faster than, for example, I was able to see. Like, my first 6 months, 7 months, I didn't even know I didn't even tune into IML TV or Go Live. I didn't use any of that. I didn't use the scanner. I didn't use anything. I was just like, I don't even know what I was doing. So it's just more about the consistency behind it, the discipline, and just making it like you have to treat it like a job almost, right? Like, every day I got to clock in, but I'm clocking in from my house. I'm clocking in from wherever. And then what I'm doing directly is just going to make me X amount of money, right? Just tune into the session. You'll be trading for an hour. You know what I mean? You'll be trading together with the educator for an hour, and making money with the educator, but also learning. Harmonic Scanner, check it every day. If you have questions, utilize the chats. I can't stress how important being vocal in those chats are. Or if you know somebody personally, you have a personal relationship with the person that brought you in, they're a close friend of yours, meet up with them, link up, you know, ask questions, and be a sponge to knowledge. Because what you guys have an advantage over someone like myself, your advantage is that You got plugged into a group of people who've already been doing this for a very long time, right? 2 years, some people 4 years, 5 years, whatever the case is. So you can learn from their knowledge and avoid a lot of the mistakes that they had to go through to get to where they are. You don't have to go through those same mistakes. Just feel free to ask, right? And you're gonna make, there's certain mistakes that are gonna happen on your end that are inevitable, right? Every single trader that's successful has blown an account, has lost all their money in their account, whether it's $10,000, right? My worst loss to this day is $10,000 in 15 minutes. Most people will probably quit after that, right? But I always tell myself, I would never do something that I could lose $10,000 but can't make $10,000, right? And obviously that was, a year ago. Like that has already been recovered. So it's just like, you're going to take losses in the market. That's the one thing that's inevitable. But managing your risk, being disciplined, things like that is where, your success is going to come in. And at the end of the day, this is something that you're going to be able to utilize for the rest of your life. This is something that you could pass on to your kids, pass on to the rest of your family. It doesn't matter. Like once you learn the basic principles of just investing and the basic rules of just investing and trading your money and things like that, you'll just become so much better at it over time. Set a long-term goal for yourself. Set a vision for yourself. Because a lot of people, they come into this, they're looking to make, like, I want to buy a car. I mean, how much is this car worth? $25,000? I need to make $25,000 in 30 days. Like, it does not work like that. So really set aside time to write your goals down. Figure out what it is that you want. Because now when you understand that, then you understand that every day when you're getting on a call or when you're studying, you're actually working towards something, right? You have a vision, you have a goal, you're working towards something. A lot of people just wake up every day and just press buttons on their phone and hope that money appears. Like, it doesn't work that way, right? I wish it did, because then we'll all be very rich. But like I said, set a goal for yourself, have a vision, write it down. The team that you have around you, utilize them. Feed off of their energy, feed off of their knowledge, right? Help each other grow. Because the greatest thing about it is, like, I can send out a trade that makes all of us money. I can send a trade that makes me money, and we make money together, right? So utilize all of these things, the signal chats, ask questions, all of these things that you have resources, you have access to, make sure to use them, because it's going to help you elevate a lot faster and get closer to where you want to be a lot faster. Be here a year from now, right? This is not going to happen overnight. Be here a year from now, right? It took me 2 years, and now, I don't have $1,000 days every day, but they're consistent, and it happens a lot because I understand how to manage risk. I understand basic principles of trading. I still utilize Harmonic scanner. A trade that I took today came off the Harmonic scanner. So once you set a system in place, you just become consistent from there. You know what I mean? And then once you're in a position where you have that consistency, then that's when the money starts to compound, right? Always look at it like, when I look at college, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years. You look at doctors, 8 years, 6 years, whatever the case is, they come out, they make 6 figures. They're starting off negative, right? Because they got to pay back loans and things like that. But right now, you could take $50 and grow it, compound it over the next 2-3 years. By the time you're, most people are under the age of 30 on this call. Next 3-4 years, you're looking at, hundreds of thousands of dollars just because you were patient, right? And now year 1, done, you made X amount. Year 2, now you're building off of that. Year 3, now you got it down packed, and you're just like, yeah, this is easy, right? I know how to do this. So just like, have that long-term vision. You know what I mean? Invest in yourself in the short term so that you can prosper and succeed in the long term. All right? Anything y'all need, feel free to reach out to me in the chats. I'm in all the chats. You have my personal number if you have that. If not, reach out to me on Instagram. Just drop it in the chat. Reach out to me and feel free to ask me anything. Need help with anything, setting up anything, whatever it is. Feel free to ask. All right, y'all. So look, appreciate every single person for hopping on, taking notes. If you need the notes that I took, a little bit of notes that I took on the document, just drop it in the chat. I'll drop it in there as well for y'all to have. All right.